Okay, it is Friday, February 28th of 2025, and I want to start out with this clip from CNN, and it's the same where you go look up various articles, even from defense webs, whatever the fuck. I looked off. Anyway, let's see what they're saying about these. Trump's doing this $500 billion in projected, possible, hopeful rare earth minerals coming out of Ukraine. But let's see what they have to say here, and this is truth no matter where you look it up. The most important part is like the last 20 seconds. Again, this is a minute 9.
Rare earth materials are even there.
Yeah.
And if they are there, how accessible they are.
I mean, there are indications they have some of this stuff, but we have a lot of this stuff. In fact, we have vast deposits of this, and we don't mine it ourselves. We get it from elsewhere.
I'm going to address it, but yes, we have vast deposits here in the U.S., so why isn't Trump doing drill, baby, drill for the mineral resources here like he's doing with oil and natural gas? But let's go on.
A lot of questions about what they actually have. A lot of these maps that we're seeing show deposits all across the country are based on very outdated surveys that were done in the Soviet era, so we don't know.
Now, of course, there could be more recent surveys than they're telling us, but let's go on.
We're talking about rare earths. We've heard President Trump talking about rare earths quite a bit. The U.S. Geological Survey says that there are zero proven reserves of rare earth minerals. There are all kinds of what are called critical minerals.
Okay, pay attention to this map. Look at where they are. Look at what's here. Lithium, because I'm going to address especially lithium. There's a little yellow spot, but look at this. Because he's going to say most of it's over here in the east, which is bullshit, but then he cuts off the pit, but let's go on.
We just listed a bunch of them. Ukraine does have large deposits of these minerals, but they pale in comparison to other countries, and we get them from other countries. And then, Dana, some of the most significant or potential deposits are in the eastern part of the country where so much of this war is being fought.
Most of the significant, these rare earth minerals are in that eastern part, excuse me, because he cuts off the picture right when he says it. Let's see that again.
Areas where there are all kinds of unexploded from other countries. And then, Dana, some of the most significant or potential deposits are in the eastern part of the country where so much of this war is.
Well, no, they're not going by that picture you just showed, but let's move on here to some recent stuff going back to Asheville, North Carolina. Remember all those wonderful videos we saw when that hurricane hit that turned into what the fuck ever you call it, a storm, a tropical storm, whatever, by the time it got to Asheville, North Carolina, some other places. Oh my God, they're trying to destroy the city so they can take over the lithium. Oh my God. And that hasn't happened, but let's pause here. So I Googled, where's the largest lithium source in the United States? It's on the border of, oh shit, do I have it there? Nevada and, what the hell was it, Oregon? God dang it. Yeah, Oregon, Nevada, right there. 20 billion metric tons, which would make it the largest known lithium deposit in the world. Just not the United States, so let's pause here. And they are mining that. Yes, lithium, this is AI, this is Google, so the ever-present eye, ever-knowing. Yes, lithium is being mined in Nevada. It's the only active lithium mine in the United States. Apparently they want to start mining in Oregon, but apparently the sources are supposed to be richer. Anyway, it shares the border, and anyway, it's environmental reasons for the cities, the people, the Indian reservations. But of course, like anything else, people, because we keep getting the EPA thrown at us because they know, the New World Agenda knows that for the most part, us awakened people hate the EPA. So let's annihilate the EPA and everything's A-OK as we destroy the fucking planet and make it even worse underneath climate change, A-OK, AKA geoengineering, and, drill, baby, drill, dig, baby, dig. Pause here. Oh, some TMZ type shit here. Hackman and wife found dead. I think they OD'd. They were both on their feet and fell over, so I don't know if one of them poisoned both of them. I think maybe her, by the way the pills were found. And I believe they had one of 3 dogs running around. One was found dead. I think the dog probably ate some of the pills and OD'd, and the other 2 were still alive. But yeah, there's nothing mysterious here. It was maybe a murder-suicide by their prescription medications, or but yeah, nothing Major. Too bad I like Gene Hackman, but let's move on. Let's look at what a federal judge here says on ruling puts a temporary halt on the OPM firing people. Look at that first paragraph. Where's the second paragraph? Oh shit, where the hell was it? Blah, blah, blah. The Office of Personnel Management does not have an authority whatsoever under any statute in the history of the universe to hire and fire employees within another agency. In other words, a separate agency. It can hire its own employees. Yes, it can fire them, but cannot order direct agencies to other agencies to do so. Then if you are really that firm in all that, then you should rule that all those probationary and other people that have been fired and all these agencies should get their jobs back. But no, I can't say whether or not this judge is part of the agenda. But when it comes down to it, all these rulings go from the lower federal courts to the higher. For the mostest part, SCOTUS is going to rule in their favor because that's a new agenda, and people are going to be really. Again, there was so much subversive shit going on between while Biden was in office. You can see it by the way things are being done now. But let's pause here. Oh, what do we got here? Some mainstream's making a big deal out of this. 146 cases of the measles in Texas. That's the reported ones. People going to their doctors. So there's more, 10 or 20, whatever. But anyway, so you have 146 and one has died. And I truly feel sorry for whoever that people are, that couple, husband, daddy, mommy, whatever, that lost that whatever age child that they claim was unvaccinated to be that out of 146, that's 1.5%. Everybody loves to go by statistics of who had COVID, who didn't, how many. But that's the facts, at like 1.5% out of 146. But let's roll on. I know this has got to be a big deal amongst our truther community. Trump's laid off or threatening to lay off 800 of NOAA's probationary employees. In the article, it says they are mostly probationary. Some have been off probation, transferred to other agencies, got promotions, but they're going to be gone anyway. Of course, does this recent federal judge ruling halt that? Of course it does. Oh my God, let's hate NOAA, climate change. Regardless of what people think, again, when you hear anytime anybody mentions climate change, they are talking primarily about geoengineering, whether from NOAA or anybody else, the national, whether they're in on it or not, know about it or not. Climate change is primarily nowadays brought about by geoengineering. And, as everybody should know by now, Trump has said over and over he wants to eliminate that term climate change from any paperwork, internet site whatsoever within the government. What's it going to say here? Staffing shortages would eliminate the twice daily weather balloon launches. Those are actually a big deal. And they come out of Alaska. Gee, I wonder where those weather balloons came from that they shot down saying were spy balloons from China. Fucking retarded. Do I want anything else on this one? Oh, the modeling centers. They need that, matter of fact, because the military uses NOAA. So NOAA's not going to disappear. It might be rearranged, and terms might be, like I said, climate change is going to disappear. Okay, here's just a blurb from the AP about Trump's tax cuts and rate. Okay, let me go through this. Okay. Supposedly in 24, we raised $4.9 trillion, so $5 trillion in tax revenue. That's corporate income tax and everything else. And in future income, we're going to raise $140 billion in tariffs. So we got $5 trillion just in income tax revenue, and Trump's going to reduce the taxes on the upper 1 or 8%, whatever the fuck you want to call it, percenters. But he also wants to do $4.5 trillion in tax cut, and at the same time raise the debt ceiling by $4 trillion. If you raise the debt ceiling, you're going to spend it. I mean, we're already 36 trillion in debt, so what the fuck does it matter, right? Just like loot, plundage, and pillar. Another thing I got to mention here. Oh, let me go. And they want to do revenue spending by $2 trillion over 10 years. Well, that's not jack shit. Who's knows what the fuck we're going to be around in 10 years? Oh, I want to address another thing. This Project 2020, the mandate for leadership, and hopefully I'm going to show a screenshot. Google Trump's Agenda 47. let me pause here. Let me show this right now, because I'll forget. Now, this is Wikipedia. It's all the same, but go to Wikipedia, do Agenda 47, and click on Policies in Detail. This is fucking long. Yeah, I mean, look at that. Okay, I'm not going to go through all that shit. It shows what he's doing, what they wanted to do underneath the mandate for leadership, and what they've got done so far. It's been up. Somebody's keeping up to. This is. People got to freaking realize that so much. It's not just the Christians. Trump's the savior. It's the Republicans and the. I'm a patriotic American. Think Trump's going to save us all and save this country. If this keeps going as is right now, which apparently there's nothing whatsoever that's going to stop this, we're going to fucking tank. But let me pause here. Here's a good quote by Lincoln. America will never be destroyed from the outside if we falter and lose our freedoms because we destroyed ourselves. But I just thought of something. Remember some years back we saw those wonderful videos on how FEMA was marking our mailboxes so they knew who to round up and go take guns from or assassinate you? Well, whatever happened with that? Whatever happened with any of this horse shit? Not just Richie from Boston, Civil Wars, FEMA camp roundups, and everything under the fucking sun, as they like to preach. None of them has ever been right, except for whatever was already put out in media. Let's pause here. Oh, back to this shit about Ukraine. What do I think is going on behind there is what we're seeing is Trump is Trump. This again, it's the Trump agenda and the powers and the corporate media. I mean, not the corporate media, but the billionaires and trillionaires behind him and Putin and all these other people. Why is Trump working the United States against the European, EU, NATO, UN, and all that, and leaning towards Putin, Russia, and obviously going against the Ukraine because this has to deal with that alleged bullshit propaganda they're putting on the news about why they're doing this agreement with Ukraine. Why would Ukraine agree to we're going to provide some possible resources that may or may not be there by the time you can move in the equipment and all that to find this shit and extract it if we're not going to get no security guarantees, because that goes with the Trump thing when he said, and I did a video on it when he said during a debate that if he was elected, he could stop the war within 24 hours. And as I said, which is true, that would be easy enough to do. Simply tell Russia, NATO is not going to put no missiles on the Ukrainian-Russian border. I'm going to tell you right now, the reason this shit slowed down and almost come to a fucking stop with this war between Russia and Ukraine, because they already had that worked out beforehand. That's why this shit's going to come to agreement. That's why why would Russia stop invading Ukraine if the U.S. is going to do nothing and no more money supplies, no more armaments, no money, 5 trillion or zillion or 500 billion worth of arms anymore, like it starts going to Russia, if they're not going to continue to arm and aid the Ukraine. Why should Russia stop? Because this shit was already. We all know Zelensky's a puppet. He's a puppet like they all do that got fucked over, because that's what's going on with Zelensky right now. And this goes way beyond Zelensky. This goes to the people of Ukraine. That's their fucking country, like it's our fucking country here if that happened here, like we've done to Iran, Afghanistan, Iraq, and all these other motherfuckers over the years. Just destroyed people, annihilated people, taken their shit, killed them off in mass, and same picture all over again. So, I mean, what? Come on, you're going to $500 billion in shit, the resources that you don't even know if they're. When I just showed you the largest so-called, they're professing the largest lithium deposit is in Nevada, Oregon. So why the fuck are we looking for it elsewhere? Because we're not. Stop the horse shit, and it's not in Asheville, North Carolina either. Okay, touch it on again. Musk, i.e. Trump, and the agenda want to bring in more of these foreigners because they're smarter than Americans, but of course smarter is, of course, versus they work for cheaper and they won't resist. They won't join unions or get shit back out underneath these H1B, 5B, whatever programs to work in the new data centers, the cloud programs and all that shit to build lithium batteries and everything else under the fucking sun. Right now, the U.S. caps the number of H-1Bs at 65,000. That's new ones every year, new ones. 20,000 can be rented for those with master's degrees or higher. It can be valid for 3 years, can be extended and beyond that. So much for deporting everybody. Let's make America great again, unless you want a cheaper foreign workers that'll do your bidding. And of course, we are dumber here. We all know that for a fact, because that's the way our education system works. Let's see what Mr. Maga said here. The tech industry has long called for more H-1B1 visas, although Trump's first administration. He restricted the program in 2020, arguing allows businesses to replace Americans with lower-paid foreign workers. What's the difference now? Shit, this is funny. It's sadly funny. And I have to address this again because this is so important. U.S. budget millions for U.S.-bound migrants, American, might as well be, in 2024. And as I pointed out before, the UN spread 372 million cash vouchers, multi-purpose assistance to some 624,000. It turned out to be a hell of a lot more, didn't it? Prepaid rechargeable debit cards, hard cash giveaways, U.S. hemisphere-wide version that aims to spend $1.5 billion assisting 3 million people in 17 countries. It turned out to be a lot more, didn't it? Temporary collective shelter, $28.5 million for humanitarian transportation, crossing, blah, blah, blah. But it's all the cartels. It was all the cartels. It was the cartels, not the UN. What do we got go here? Trump is even trying to introduce more foreigners into the country while favoring Make America Great Again with Americans. I don't think so. $5 million price tag for citizenship. Yes, it was a program that's done before, but he altered it. A gold card. If you invest $5 million and you have a plan, PL, that's quote unquote, to recreate or preserve 10 permanent full-time jobs for what's a fucking qualified U.S. worker? Anybody that has an EB5 or probably an EB1 or an EB10. This is a freaking joke. If you invest $5 million in this country, which doesn't build very much, how many 7-Elevens or food carts or gas stations or whatever is that? And plan to create or preserve 10 employees so you can bring over your Chinese guys, your Iranians, your Middle East, anybody under the sun. Am I hating on that people? Of course not, and not whatsoever. But look at the bullshit coming from Trump and his agenda as they continually increase more foreigners that will be allowed to come over here and work. Not just allowed, but will be encouraged to come over here and work. Destroy them. We're done. Oh, let's not forget, you can Google it, the over 300,000 illegals that the Trump agenda has arrested and released back on probation with or without an ankle bracelet. Well, everything, just with the financials and what Trump is doing right now, and I just pointed out the major big figures with the tax revenue we get combined with the tax cuts he's going to do and increase the debt ceiling by... We're done. Now, can they keep fake? People, that's another misconception. I'm still going to stand by it regardless of what Trump does economically. We're not going to have this economic collapse where everything falls apart in this country, and we're I'm not even saying apocalyptic or Armageddon. They will never allow it to. Shit will eventually fall apart, not supposedly, but especially because of geoengineering. As this planet dies, the food sources and such. But anything they do economically will not cause this country to collapse, do apocalyptic shit. The whole country rioting and looting and burning down shit. They will not do that on purpose or on accident, because I don't care what people say. They talk about. We know about the NASDAQ is horse shit, and they can prop up the currencies, and the dollar is what? I don't know what the dollar may be worth nowadays, 5 cents on a dollar or 1 cent. People don't understand. It's not fake it till you make it. They're gonna fake it frickin' forever. Again, that will not be the downfall of this country. It will be it's underneath the climate change. They use, again, as I've said over and over, they use climate change to replace the word with the devastation that's been done on this planet because of the geoengineering, which goes on to our food resources and everything else, and all that shit branched out and forked out and all that stuff underneath it. And that's the stuff they can't fake. That's it. But again, this is the number one thing when you look at any agenda, what anybody says on CNN, Fox, MNBC, MSNBC, any of our truth or internet media, anything that they say or that we think might happen that's going to cause this country to fall apart. They are not going. They will not do it. They will do their utmost not to allow it to happen. Why? Because then they're done. They're toast. And people say, "Well, that's okay. They go into their bunkers." They don't want to go in their bunkers unless they're enjoying it. Look at all us pawns. Look at all the servants of serfs of slaves. I mean, us tools out there right, fumbling about. Okay, pause here. This massive new migrant men's shelter just opened in New York City. It's going to hold up to 2,200. Where it is there. Where is Trump and his ICE people going down there and raiding that place? Now, what happened here is due to lack of funding and all this other shit, they closed a bunch of smaller shelters, went and rented a warehouse. Matter of fact, let me see. Oh, I don't have another screenshot, but I'm pretty sure in the article it said they converted a warehouse. So why could you? Okay. Also, why couldn't you do that for the homeless? Because the homeless don't. But anyway, let's go on with the illegals, not migrants. Anyway, so they consolidate all, get this new warehouse in the Bronx, of course, the Bronx. And so where is Trump and his ICE and his National Guard and all those recently deputized people from Homeland Security and the post office and wherever? Could they do it here in the future? I mean, fuck yeah, let's do that. Let's get some shit going there. But shouldn't they be down? Shouldn't they go down there? Shouldn't ICE go down there, surround that place and take them out one by one and say, let me see your identification? Isn't that what we have to do in this country, or we go to jail? Of course so. But come on, let's go hit this place, Trump. Come on, man. Oh, I just went 2 days ago and his sister had to take me into Seattle from Silverdale and got some x-rays on my lower and my lumbar spine and my cervical spine. I'm pretty jacked up. It's been getting worse, my numbness, and they want me to do this. It's called a lumen. Oh shit, I forgot what it's called now. oh, that's coming next. They want to go in. What happened? They go in the back of your neck. I think it's called luminoplasty. Do a half your vertebrae there. They bend it up and put an arch in there to relieve the pressure on the spine like that. That's what they want to do to me. Because they want to remove 3 of my discs, replace them, fuse 4 vertebrae, but Medicaid won't pay for that much, so they want to do this. And that's fucking scary, but as bad as I've been getting, especially with the numbness of my left arm, I have to do it or I could become paralyzed. So I'll be having that done probably this year, if my Medicaid hangs out with the Trumpster, but let's see here. I forgot I had these screenshots. This is that 4-star admiral that Trump fired that was running the Coast Guard. French, anyway, a handful of top military people that Trump got rid of. I decided to Google and see what it is about her, because the reason he fired her, they didn't say for sure, but what they said was they suspected it was DEI stuff. Core mission, deterrent, fighting, winning. They want to focus on deterring, fighting, and winning. Matter of fact, like Seth said, let's listen to that. Those 3 key, deterring, fighting, and winning. Wars, okay? She led this effort. She modernizing it, including Project Territory, part of her CNO navigation plan. The effort called for accelerating the acquisition and fielding of unmanned. Isn't that what they want? Unmanned system, AI, drones, and all that. Isn't that what we want? Including she created new robotics warfare specialists. Let's go on here. She's married to a guy, for people that think she's a lesbian, and she's well, she could have been doing DEI stuff, but who knows? But that was the excuse to get rid of her. She ended up having a mammogram. She had early stage breast cancer. So let's pause her. Oh, I got to go through her. Let's hear about this DEI woman that Trump got rid of. Prior to becoming CNO, I'm going to read through this because this is amazing. Her previous flag assignments, including Vice Chief of Naval Operations, Director for Strategy, Plans and Policy, J5 Joint Staff, Deputy Chief of Naval Operations for Warfighting Development, N7 Commander, U.S. 6th Fleet Commander, Naval Striking and Support Forces, NATO, Deputy Commander, U.S. Naval Forces Europe and U.S. Naval Forces Africa, Chief of Staff for Strategy, Plans, and Policy, the J5 Joint Staff Commander, Carrier Strike Group 15 Commander, Carrier Strike Group 9, and Commander, U.S. Naval Forces Korea, according to her Navy bio. And Trump dumped the broad, along with others. Let's see her other stuff. Joint Chief of Staff Badge, Surface Warfare Pin, You can go click on these. I clicked on some of these if you really care to. This woman wasn't a fucking nobody. She didn't walk into a position or get graduated because she was a woman. I know we all, I get it, I don't get it. We see so much about all our beloved truther channels and internet sites. Hate the fucking military, don't hate the fucking military. Hate that because they're brainwashed. Hate the people leading this and know it and they're doing it. And they can't, once you get to knowing it, if you've been in the military 10, 20, 30, 40 years, you can't just walk out and give up your fucking pension. You quit, you're fucking done. That's it. Where are you going to go get a job at McDonald's or go buy a ship and try to do cruises or a fishing boat and rent out to come on tourists? Give me a break. Let's pause here. I'm going to end this here where it's on the news. Trump Zelensky canceled news conference deal signing after tensions boil over in office. Spray? What the fuck is that? I don't know. Anyway, see you later. Bye. Enjoy the shit show. Enjoy it. Laugh at it. Be humorous, but be pissed off and do whatever you want. But don't let it. I don't let it control my life. As you all have seen for fucking years on here, I've been getting comments. I need to slow down and I do. Because I get just. I'm so emotional and involved in this. But from the real aspect, as everybody knows, and not from the bullshit angle, the truth agenda, the propaganda, regardless of what channel out there in their fucking propaganda, they're propagandists for profit. Everyone, name an exception except for us, me and a couple other little channels that, some of them already have ads and sponsors and trying to get you to link on shit. But, it's just fucking sad the way we do things here, and especially the way we do not do things here. We're not, as I tell my mom this a few times a month, because I call my mom every day. Once in a while I forget, but anyway, and so on and so forth. Enjoy the shit show. You can't take this shit and take it to heart and take it to mind and let you beat you down, let it drag you down, be sad, depressed, oh my God, argue. How many people amongst all these truther people, whether it's a YouTube channel, an internet platform, or constantly looking out their window, constantly listening to the radio or their TV. Oh my God, I gotta get ready to head for my fucking bunker. Why do you want to live like that? Because that's the way you're supposed to live, because that's the way they got so many people programmed to live. And again, that goes back to preppers are government secret weapon, because you're prepped to run and hide, not to fight. And let's end this here. Oh, I want to address this. Hopefully y'all didn't check out all this hacking crap over the years. How many years have we seen and heard about but taught by mainstream media and government, put out by whether it's Trump or Biden or anybody else? Oh, these hackers are so supreme. We can't trace them. We cannot track them down. We can track them to a country. Sometimes they throw in a city. They're untraceable. We can't catch them. They steal they steal your name, your social security number. They get into your bank account. They get your bank account numbers, yet they never ever take any money. They never ever steal any crypto. Why not? Because the majority of all this bullshit of all these evil hackers is fake, fraud, or it's false flag, New World Order operations done on purpose to get people afraid. Why? So like everything else, when they want access to you, access to your computer, whether you're a civilian, a patriotic American like me, or a company, they want you to give access to their programs so they can, Doug Stanhope, the comedian that's my favorite, did a routine years back saying, no, that propaganda they put out when the internet got going. Oh my God, there's billions more, millions more, hundreds of thousands of more pedophiles out there because the internet creates. No, it did not. They did that to fear poor people so they would give up their shit and to get their laws passed to get into your shit. Give me a break. Let's pause. End here. Okay, it is Friday, February